I'm Scott with Marcs Mobility. Today I'm showing you how to install the swing away knee supports for Permobil power chairs, so stay tuned. Installing the swing away knee supports is a fairly straightforward process. I'll show you how to do it here. The main tool you're going to need is a 5mm Allen wrench. You actually will need two of them for one section of this. I just have a little multi-tool here. But the first thing I'm going to do is go over the different parts. So the parts, I'll have a picture on the screen for you, but you should have the actual drop bars. You have the pad, you have the bracket where the pad goes into, and then you're going to have a bracket that slides into the leg assembly, and then a couple of screws that will attach this as well to your dropping post. So, and then there's also a little support on the side for when you swing it to the side, you can just store it on the side. I'll show you what all that looks like, but these are the materials that they are provided. Now keep in mind there is two leg pads, so this is going to be doubled, so whatever we do in this video, you're going to do again on the other side. First thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our dropper post to our pads. Now the pads also do have an adjustment right here. The adjustment they say should be on the outside, so this is going to be over the left knee. I'll go ahead and grab these as well. And then we're going to need these. So we have two screws that have a tube that's threaded, and then two with the threading on the outside that are going to screw into that. And then we're also going to use these two plastic pieces. So the way this works is we have our dropper post, and it faces out away from the chair. And then you can see that it's fitted for this to go in. Now there's two sides. There's the outside and the inside. We're going to put this on the inside. They say to put it on the inside because you're going to get more flexibility from your knee support rather than putting it on the outside here. So inside it goes. This little stopper goes on the other side to hold it in place. We're going to grab one of our bolts with the tube. I'm going to stick it in on the other side, push it all the way through. And then our threaded one is going to go here. That's one side. I'll do the same thing to the other side. There we go. So we have this set up. Next I'm going to take my two 5mm Allen wrenches and we're going to go ahead and tighten these. There we go. Same with the other side. Perfect. So now we're going to mount it on the chair. Next step, we're going to remove the original calf pads that are on this unit. So I'm going to go ahead and get my 5mm wrench, and then I'm going to loosen the screw right here. I know it's a little hard to see in the video, but I'll show you once I swing this out of the way. So it's this one right here. So this allows me to loosen it, and then you should be able to slide it up and down. Let me loosen it just a little more. So it slides freely. We're going to take it off. But there is this little plastic stopper right here that's kind of in the way. Now that's just jammed in there. So I'm going to just try and launch that in the air. But with that out of the way, I can just slide this up and out. And then from here, we can go ahead and stick this stopper back in. It just looks better that way. Next step is our slider. The slider slides in up top. I did have to bring the legs down a little bit just so I could fit it in there. There wasn't a lot of room. But now I can slide that. I guess you could technically slide it in there, but it's going to be so low that you don't want it there. You want this around your knee level. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my 5mm and tighten this. We're going to try right here, but we can adjust this later by loosening these. But right now I'm just going to tighten this. I'm going to try it in this position, see how it goes. There we go. Next step is to grab your attachment bracket right here. These are mirrored, so you have one side with the slider that's going to go in here. You want to make sure that sliding part is facing inward towards the chair. It's not going to mount otherwise. And then you want the larger, so there's a larger hole and a smaller hole. You want the larger hole facing upward. That is where they slide into. You don't want to mount it upside down like this. You're not going to get a good mount. So you want to face it like this, then facing away. We'll go ahead and slide that in. And just like we did with the other calf pads, this is kind of replacing the calf pad. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this. There we go. So these are installed now. They might have to slide down a little bit. We'll see, but this is just a demonstration purpose. You can adjust them however you need by loosening those brackets. But what I'm going to do, just for demonstration, we have this facing the outside. You're just going to line these up. Go ahead and push them in and they will snap in place. There they go. And you can see that they are locked in place. There's a little lock on the bottom. The way to release the lock is to pull up on this tab. So you see how it goes up. And then in order to remove them, you can do one side and just slide it over. So this part's a little optional. This is just a little holder that mounts on the side. In order to do that, let me get this out of my way. We're going to pop this little rubber cap off. And then this is sitting on a slider. We'll go ahead and slide it in. Set it somewhere on the side. I'm going to go right there. Now this is going to be a 4mm, I believe, not a 5. You'll go ahead and tighten that where you want. You'll do all 4 screws. But what this is when you have this mounted and you want to remove one side, you can swing it to the side and just rest it in there. That way it stays out of the way. You don't have to hold it and it's not sitting in your way. So this is a good rester to hold these out of the way. They give me in my kit 4 of these. I feel like you only need 2, but I guess if you want to mount a second one and try to mount the other side on it or something, you can do that. They did give me 4 of these in this kit, but that's what this is for. When you're done, you just pick it up, lock it back into place. It does not lock in there, that's just holding it, so it's not the most secure, just hold it out of the way for you. Now this lateral knee pad is installed. You would do the exact same thing to the other side. Make sure you use the correct ones because some parts are mirrored, but you would do the other one on this side the exact same way we did the first one. Make sure to pop that cap back in here when you're done. Once again, this has been how to install the swing away knee pads for Permobil power chairs. If you have any questions or you want to order any parts for your Permobil power chair, go ahead and give us a call, or I have a link in the description to all of our available parts. These should be on there. So if you have any questions, just give us a call. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Marc.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marcs Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.